Hello everyone, this is Alchemisted, and I am here enjoying a restful afternoon in the infirmary of Deep Space Nine. I have expected people to start coughing. I did not know you could interact with this biobed. That's interesting. Makes me wonder, can I interact with the biobed on my bridge? Let's find out. I'm going to say the answer is no, because Cryptic hasn't cared about the bridges since... I'm thinking... I want to say it's since the DOF system was released. That was the last time. That's when you got the duty officer contacts for the bridge. That was the last time they cared. That was what? Holidays 2012? Jesus. No, not 2012, 2011. Shit. Let's go see if we can. I just straight up ran through that door. Okay. Whatever. The scant. Look, I just want a modern version of this, okay? Just don't change anything. You don't even have to fix the fact that it's the old model outside, you know, being used as the view model. But for the love of God, can I just get a 2410 version with appropriate uniforms? It's 2410. Like, I know Cryptic treats things like a uniform code as more of a suggestion rather than a rule, but still. I would like my officers to be in fucking uniform. Proper uniform. Nope. I cannot. I can sit in Lima's chair. I am now sitting in Lima's chair. Yeah, that's something else they haven't cared about since it was introduced. Department heads. Like, you can select department heads. Or you could. Didn't do anything. Even though it really should have. Like, I should go to sickbay. Whenever I go to sickbay, I should see the chief medical officer. Can we fix the Remans, please? Jesus. I should see my chief medical officer sitting there. And not some NPC. Like, I should see my like this is my tactical officer. Like Redshirt here. He should be the one at tactical. My first officer should be the one sitting here. This has been something the community has wanted for years. For so long, I feel like most people who actually wanted it have left the game by this point. I'm not going to be spending this video like the last one, just sort of like ranting at the state of the franchise. I've gotten that out of my system. So, we're just going to go. We are now on Cold Storage, the finale of the Cold War storyline. Our scientists have consulted with your commanders, and they concur with your crew's theory. If there is an intact preserver library, it is likely to be located in the Lanos system. I suggest that you begin your search on Lanos 3. It has a climate very similar to Defera. If the preservers settled here eons ago, it is possible that they would have chosen a similar world for this facility. Please be safe, but be quick. Long-range sensors have detected Breen vessels in the space near the Lanos system. I fear that they made the same conclusions we have. You must find the preserver technology before they do. Yes. Alright. Can I transwarp to there from here? Nope. Gotta leave the ship interior first. So you want to bring your A-team here. You want to bring people who are, some bridge officers who are real good at what they do. Because there is a guy towards the end of this that is a real pain in the ass. He does an absolute shit ton of cold damage. And if you're not equipped to deal with that, it's going to be painful. I'm actually kind of shocked at the number of pallets that are used in the Deep Space Nine set. You see a lot of things that are repurposed in Star Trek, and I feel like that's something that science fiction sort of like lacks nowadays. And that's also one of the reasons why the sets for The Expanse are as good as they are, because the special effects people, the set designers and stuff, they like go walking like through like hardware stores and stuff on a sort of a daily basis, just sort of pick up like odds and ends that catch their eye, and that's how they figured out how to do the hand terminals. That's how they figured out how to do like the mag boots, the mag shoes that everybody wears. You'd be astonished how many practical, cutting-edge special effects begin with a garage sale. And I think that's what a lot of, especially with the increasing move to CG, everything's CG. I feel like that's really sort of lost, is the ingenuity of, let's save some money by working magic with this junk I bought. It's really, I kept saying this before, but it's really weird playing Elite and then playing STO. The muscle memory. The muscle memory is not kind at all. Alright. So, let's see. Bridge officers. I have kit. There we go. What have you got? You've got Terran Task Force combat armor. Personal repulsion shield. I have no idea what your abilities are. I don't think I've actually given you abilities. Quick fix. Turret, shield, support drone. That's not going to do me any good. You do not want... You do not want to be, stationary in this fight. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring you. We'll bring you for this. Quick fix. Rear up power to shields. Perfect. Are you armed for this? Let's see. Personal shield. Delta Alliance. Let's see. Matrix personal shield. Good enough. Fantastic. It'll work. You do not want to be stationary, because if you are, when you're dealing with Breen, you're done. Because they like to toss grenades that fill the area with death. I have that grenade as well, but I don't know how much good it's going to do against Breen. I don't know how much good it's going to do against a bunch of aliens in environment suits who live in the cold. It's a bit like frost damage in Skyrim. This is useless to me here. The lightning, on the other hand, the Sompek lightning, I'm pretty sure that's going to work. That was an oddly quiet warp-in. Captain, sensors show a skirmish between a small Breen invasion force and a small pockets of Alpha Jem'Hadar. Records show that the Dominion had a base in this system during the Dominion War. It is conceivable that the Alpha Jem'Hadar took it over after the Dominion retreated. Neither side will be very happy to see us here, sir. I recommend being engaged now while we still have the element of surprise. Okay, yeah, I'm still getting a sound. Decisions. Well, let's start to the left. Hello, Mr. Jem'Hadar. I am here to shoot you all. In Halo 2, Cortana is telling you to sit this out. I don't know why I'm pointing that out. I'm just pointing that out. I hate shell grets, so eat this temporal vortex. Hate shell grats. They used to be so annoying back when I used to do my dilithium loop through Deferi space. Hello, everybody gather up. Everybody come here. What are you doing? How are you doing that? Okay. Okay, good. That was weird. Yeah, can Jula's like 150-year-old relics pose more of a threat to me than a fleet of Dominion and Breen ships? I don't think so. I don't think so. They try to, and they're trying to. They're trying to pass all the Discovery ships that show up in the 25th century off as like just being retrofitted with like modern technology and they're the deadliest thing ever. Look, you could put modern technology in anything. You could put modern technology into a fucking Spitfire You can put modern technology into a P-51 Mustang. At least I think that's what it's called, P-51. Is it going to outfly a Hornet, like a Super Hornet? No. Is it going to outfly a Raptor? Hell no. That's the difference in technology we're dealing with. They're in biplanes compared to us. Not a threat. Not even close. There are breeding life signs already on the surface, Captain. You will need to hurry, or they'll ransack the archive. Alright. That stupid droid. I cannot believe they got away with that. That is incredible to me that they got away with that. That is murder right there. Flat out murder. Because it is... the moment they appear on screen, it is blindingly obvious what they are. Sensors show multiple life forms, Captain, but something is interfering with the biological filtering. I can't tell exactly what is out there. I recommend that we proceed with caution, but we need to find the breed before they can access the Preserver archive. I'm getting some interesting readings from an object to the northeast. Recommend we head in that direction. Readings indicate it could be fully or partially buried, so keep your eyes open. Meanwhile, Cryptic is like, we don't need ground vehicles in our games. We're just going to make you run for miles between objective points. Captain, this device seems to be connected to a subterranean power source. I can't pinpoint the location of the source, but if we can locate an area where the energy disturbance is strongest, then we should be able to triangulate the location of the underground power network. Sir, I'm reading multiple transporter signatures. I believe we've alerted the Breen to our location. I'm interested to know how, considering we blew up their fleet. That's the freeze grenade.
Shield losing power.
Okay. Where the hell am I going? Fascinating. It appears that the energy readings are faint neutrino emissions. I can only surmise that the archive is powered by an antimatter reactor, and if the preservers were using antimatter reactions thousands of years ago, their technology may be much more advanced than we realized. Captain, if we can locate the antimatter reactor's neutrino emitter, I can use resonance mapping to chart the whole facility. Lima, the preservers seeded life across the entire galaxy. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say their technology is ridiculously advanced. He did. You know he did. Scan buried object. Excellent. We can map the entire facility from here, and from the looks of it, there have been multiple cave-ins and signs of recent excavation. The breed must already be inside. I've located a surface entrance nearby. We should get there immediately. See me wrestling with the view. The sad part is, for a game based on Star Trek, it's really just kind of bizarre how it's being left behind. This obelisk may be the key to accessing the archive. Using the information we've gathered thus far, we should examine it and see if we can provide information on how, if it can provide information on how we might proceed with it. I'm not fixing that. Yeah. Like this game, like Elite Dangerous just announced Odyssey, which is the reason why I've had Elite Dangerous Horizons forever, and I've sort of like dipped my toes into it from time to time, but Odyssey is what really convinced me that, alright, now I'm gonna jump in. But when you look at the when you look at the way the market is right now, you got Star Citizen, which I don't think will ever come out, but it's testing its persistent universe. You've got Elite Dangerous, which is going to be releasing, which already has planetary exploration, releasing atmospheric landings now, which is going to include, which is confirmed to include diplomacy, like walking into a bar, negotiating with people, stations, etc., stealth gameplay, first-person shooter gameplay, as well as yet more explanation, Guardians and Thargoids and stuff, but yet more exploration. Look at what Elite has done with the Thargoids in, like, ruins and ruin sites and ghost towns that you could do things with in the SRV. Now add a deeper level to that with being able to get out and move about on foot and interact with things on a personal level. That's huge. And then you have No Man's Sky, which launched as a disaster, but is now, but has emerged as one of the huge, big space MMO games. You have all this stuff going on, and then you have Star Trek Online running on its Champions engine. You have EVE Online, which is still going and has changed engines multiple times. It's had spin-off games. It's had Dust. It's had Valkyrie. And then here you have Star Trek Online still running on the Champions engine. just kind of sad to me how this game is kind of left behind. Like, all the things that Star Trek is supposed to be are being done better by other games. And rather than focus on how do we make exploration work in this game, how do we get user-generated content to work in this game, how do we get those features that we've torn out to a place where they are workable, and we can connect those to other systems that makes our game, that enriches the experience of playing our game, rather than focusing on that, we're just scrambling to cram in content from a TV show. And I get it. It's a Star Trek show that's running, so of course you'd want to tie in with a game. But there's so much that this game lacks that other games have at this point that it's depressing. Hello. Sir, personal space. And there goes Locke. Like I said, Breen like their cold grenades. Hello. Drive-by revive. Sir, when the last group of Breen beamed in, I detected an energy pulse coming from a section of the obelisk. I believe that section to be an access point to the archives. Based on our research so far, I should be able to open that access point. Good work for the chief medical officer. That's something else this game does not have that older Star Trek games did, is specialization. It used to be let's take Star Trek: A Final Unity for an example. You have the entire main cast of Next Generation to choose from for your away team, plus a couple extra characters just in case. And each character has specialities. Has unique dialogue. Oh, here we go. How clever you are. I see you found the entrance to this ancient weapons store. Too bad your journey will end here, at the hands of my most elite. I'm almost sad to see you go after all you've done for me. That is, after all we've been through together. Okay, whatever. So, you can, bring, Crusher, and she'll have, unique insights if she scans things. Or you can bring Data, and, well, because he's Data, he'll just know everything. But even in older games, like on the Genesis, if you brought Geordi, you would see, false color in Geordi's visor, and so you would see things that nobody else would. Which, by the way, is the reason that playthrough has never gotten finished. Because my hard drive got fried with the save data from that, and I am not going through that goddamn cave with Geordi again. That was awful. Getting all the 8 million pieces of ore you need from that mine is such a colossal pain. Uh-oh. Where's Lima? There she is. It's such a pain in the ass that I honestly could not bring myself to do it a third time. My inventory's full. I'll bet it's the stupid tribbles. We must need to use these consoles to access the archives. Preserver technology is often sound-based. We'll need to find the right pattern. I don't know how we know that it's often sound-based when we really only have, like, one, like, experience with preserver technology. And that's, like, in the original series. I don't think the Next Gen crew ever encountered anything to do with the preservers. Apart from, like, meeting them in that one episode, which... There apparently is a little bit of confusion that people do not know that those are supposed to be the same species. The ones that built the obelisk and the ones that, that seeded life throughout the galaxy. Ron Moore, of Battlestar Galactica fame, was the one who wrote that episode, and has gone on record stating that while he was deliberately ambiguous in the episode, he did intend them to be the same species. Like, they are the same species. Alright. Ow. The code that you entered didn't work. We'll need to try a different combination to gain entry to the archive. I believe you could order those sounds to be an ascending scale. Okay, so it actually just fucking tells you. It didn't used to do that. It didn't used to outright tell you what you were supposed to do. Okay, come here, because you're bugging me. You did it, Captain, and we've gained access to the archive. How kind of you to open that lock for me. Every time I wonder if it was wise to let you live, you do something like this and show me you're worth keeping around. We need to hurry and open the archive before the Breen send more troops. I do like how the consoles continue going and sort of score your fight with the Breen. That's a cool touch. I feel like that would have been a really good opportunity to like go into like some Mass Effect style synthwave. Like some like Jack Wall and Sam Hulick ass music. Oh boy, here we go. Wall of text. Welcome. Long have we waited for our children to seek us out. Who are you? I am the guardian of all who my people were and all that they remember. My task was to keep the archive safe until the day when our children would be united and would want to know who we were. Welcome, my children. I'm so happy to finally meet you. Tell me about your race. Long ago, life developed on our world before all others. We explored the galaxy, but we were alone. But what is life when there is no one with which to share the joys or the sorrows? So if the galaxy would not give us companions, we would create them. We created you. That is not what the Preserver hologram said in Next Generation. Our scientists seeded many worlds and directed evolution. We wanted you to resemble us, but more importantly, we wanted you to understand us. Unfortunately, we knew that we would not live to see you become what you have become. And create the great wonders that we knew were possible. Most of my people are gone, and the fact that a fragment of them lives on in you is enough. But we knew that someday you would seek us out, and so a few of us remained, waiting for you in the world that would be. Tell me about your race. Before I go on, what she specifically said was that they found none like themselves in Next Generation, which is just ambiguous enough a statement to make you think. What did they find? There's a lot of cool potential in that gap that we are not going to explore in this game. Tell me about your race. Long ago, life developed on our world before all others. Okay, I already read this. Yes. Tell me about your technology. We are the technology you seek. Our main focus of study was the genetic code. We learned how to manipulate the code, not only to create dozens of species to seed across hundreds of worlds, but also how to use it to alter our own genetics. You might call us living computers. Each preserver has the genetic memory of our entire race. All of our knowledge and history is stored within each of us. Which makes something that happens that I'm going to talk about really fucking dumb. But let's move on. Are there more preservers here? Hundreds. While each preserver has the genetic memory of the entire race, it was deemed important to preserve individuals so that if the time came when we could live with our children, there would be sufficient numbers to maintain our species. We built this place and slept, dreaming of the world that would become. We dreamed of the world you would create. Remember that. The plan is, when the kids come knocking, we act to preserve our species and we populate this world. Remember that! What will happen to the preservers now? Some will return to their long sleep. So the preservers are idiots. The preservers are stupid. The whole point was to wake up and repopulate. A few may want to see the world their children have created. If they didn't want to see the world their genetic descendants had created, why the fuck did they go to sleep? Like, you're immediately contradicting yourself. Which is hit! The galaxy is yours now. We are so pleased with what you have created. Everything here now belongs to Thought Trell. Give me the secrets of your ancient weapons. Nah, we don't have those. There are no weapons here. I feel like the Breen are stand-ins for the Klingons here, because Thought Trell does not act like... Thought Trell acts like a Klingon. He does not act like a Breen. But, yeah, that cold aura around Thought Trell is no joke. You do not want to be close to that. And, yeah, you do not want to be anywhere near that blast as well. Oh, it sucks. There we go. Wake up. I swear, if you just killed the two of them... Alright, fuck it, finally. You do not want to be in that area of cold around Thought Trell, or it is... It hurts. It hurts more than your typical Breen captain. Your typical Breen captain has a cold aura, a cold damage aura, but this is a step past that. I think this is one of the few actual bosses the game has. Used to be much more of a problem than he is now. And there he is. Yep, just... I remember Thought Trell used to absolutely wreck me. Captain, a Deferi ship has entered the system. They're requesting permission to beam down science teams to begin examining the archive. Word from Starfleet Command is that this will be a joint operation led by the Deferi. This is also the end of the Delta recruit storyline, if you're playing one of those characters. Thank you, Captain, for your help. Since I was a child, I've listened to stories about the Preservers. I've never even dreamed that someday I would have the chance to meet one. But you have made this possible. My people will celebrate this day. The balance has been restored. You have our eternal gratitude. This is amazing. The Preservers are the earliest known sentient race. To find an archive of their knowledge, and to find Preservers still alive, it's almost too much to take in. We will learn more about the earliest days of the universe than we ever thought possible. The Preservers will be able to tell us about the origins of our worlds, and even about races like the Iconians. Teams will be working in this archive for decades. But now we have to return to the Walglinde. Ambassador Sarah and Starfleet Command will be waiting to learn what we found. Yep. And it all comes to squat. It all comes to nothing. 5 years of setup, and then it's just exploded. You have made a most extraordinary discovery. The preservers are alive. We can learn so much from them. They will have knowledge of the early days of the galaxy that has been lost to time. Perhaps they even remembered the Iconians, or the Takan Empire. But more important than even the knowledge that we will gain is the safety of my people. The Breen threat has ended. How? And we have you to thank. For now and always, you will be a friend to the Deferi. And you get the CRM-200, which is the Breen Freezy gun, and the dielectric oscillation resilient shields, which is the last part of the space set. You could also get a Breen Tactical Officer, which I already have, so I'm just going to take the Freezy gun. Alright, let's talk about it. Let's go into the Starship Bridge, because there's a lot to say. I think this is it. I think this is our last featured episode series. I did Spectres way back when, during the Klingon storyline. I did Cloaked Intentions. We just finished 2800, and now the Breen featured episode series. So yeah, this is it. Let's go somewhere like let's just go somewhere to talk. Yeah. Because there's a lot to say. Since we're on PC, I could just zoom in and this wouldn't be a problem. Alright, let's talk.